The United States has more people in prison than anywhere else in the world.
They cannot rehabilitate on the inside like this, where there's drugs all around and there's violence all around, and they feel that there's not a true kind of system of guard oversight.
Solitary is probably the most cruel and vicious, non-physical form of torture that a human being can inflict upon another human being.
Compared to the average American's unemployment rate, which is 3.5%, the formerly incarcerated are at 8 times that rate, causing many to live in poverty or return to crime.
Well, to me, prison reform is changing our prison system from being a warehouse of people to actually be rehabilitating people and getting them prepared to come back into society.
These people want to work. They want the best outcome.
If you give folks an opportunity to get back into the American economic mainstream for decisions that they may have made before they finished puberty, it changes entire communities and changes entire societies.
While a majority of the United States is Caucasian, Black Americans are incarcerated at 5 times the rate that whites are. This massive disparity in incarceration have led many to come to the conclusion that the prison industry is a leftover product of slavery.
It's time to exercise our power and redistribute that pain. It's insane to do the same thing and expect a different result. The same ones who made us slaves is the ones we keep asking for help. Now ask yourself, how you gonna win fighting in the court when the ones who commit the murders is the ones who write the reports?
There's a lot of evidence that there's a disproportionate amount of people in, like for example, the African American community that are targeted for drug offenses where in a much more rigorous manner than maybe the Caucasian population. So you end up having a sort of a skewed representation in the prison system.
Found guilty before you even get tried. 10-15, the government is on notice. They're not gonna keep killing us and have us fill up your quotas, giving us jail records instead of diplomas.
If prisons were to declare themselves as a singular city, they would be the 3rd largest in the entirety of the United States. Since the massive influx of prisoners since the 1980s, the prison facilities have had a large strain on their current resources, such as employment, adequate security, and healthcare.
The object of prisons is, I think pretty clearly, to keep dangerous people away from the general population, but I think that there's been there's a lot of concern about mental illness in the prison population.
There's a limited amount of medications that you have access to based upon cost. Obviously, with the correctional system, they're going to be just limiting your medications and available resources to the cheapest things available.
I think we are in the middle of a moment where people are recognizing that the current policies around incarcerating people cost way too much money and are not effective to actually give people the resources to make healthier choices.
The new psychiatric hospitals. So you have people with extraordinary mental health needs and you do not have funding to meet those needs. And a prison is not the right place to do so.
Lacey Williams was once a part of the 2.2 million incarcerated.
One night, whenever we went out to a party together, we had been arguing, and on the way home, I decided that I would drive because I only had 2 cups of alcohol. On the way home, we started arguing, we started fighting, and he hit me. When he hit me, I swerved. When I swerved, I ended up going into the emergency lane of the interstate where there was a parked truck, and there was a man standing in front of his truck. When I hit his truck hit and killed him.
Lacey Williams is a loving mother from South Carolina. She's formerly incarcerated from a charge of 6 years for murder.
I wasn't able to be there for my daughter's birthday. Her first birthday party was her 3-year-old birthday. When she turned 3, she had her first birthday party. But I missed a lot of her first because she was 12 days old when I went to prison, so I missed her first words, her first steps, her first birthday.
While there are programs that help incarcerated people, some feel that they aren't successful for helping them return into society.
I do not believe that the prison system is focused on rehabilitation because I believe that they should have more programs.
There are a number of programs that work, but we're still not at all investing, first of all, in programs that train people for the number of jobs and positions that might allow them to reintegrate in society successfully.
What we've done hasn't worked. If it had worked, then we wouldn't have so many people in prison.
Prison reform continues to be one of the most highly debated topics in the United States. We call upon the 2020 candidates to address this issue and its many nuances. We have a 2020 vision, do you?